Broadcasting around the world on the internet 24 hours a day at www.odysseytv.org. This is Odyssey Instructional Television, a program of the San Bernardino County Regional Occupational Program.
Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to another show. Jim Hall, You Ought to Know, and I'm in Apple Valley, California. Highway 18 is where we are, right across from St. Mary's Hospital, right next door to KFC. We're right here at the Cake Shop, and today it's about sweets and treats, birthday parties, anniversaries, weddings, cakes of all types, even cupcakes, cream puffs, some of your favorite sweets and treats right here at the Cake Shop. We're going to find out what it takes to run this type of business, what it's all about, and what is really tasty right here in Apple Valley. Again, we're on Highway 18, the Cake Shop. In fact, they've got a phone number, 760-946-5500. You can give them a call and write that down if you need a cake or more information. But stay with us simply because, like with all of our shows, you ought to know. Stay with us. Sweets and treats coming up next.
Put another candle on my birthday cake. We're gonna bake a birthday cake. Put another candle on my birthday cake. I'm another year old today.
Welcome back, everybody. Jim Hall, You Ought to Know. And I told you we're in Apple Valley, California today. And as usual, we've got viewers that watch Odyssey Television all the way from San Ysidro, from the border of Mexico to San Luis Obispo, and everywhere in between. Odyssey in more than 10.5 million homes. And today we're at the Cake Shop in Apple Valley, kind of in our own backyard in the high desert community. So first off, let's introduce you. What is your name?
My name is Janice Miller.
And you're the owner here of the Cake Shop.
Yes, I am.
All right. Well, the history of the Cake Shop precedes you a little bit. I heard about the Cake Shop, was told we need to come check this out. In fact, I was told I need to check out the Red Velvet Cupcake.
Those are those right there. We make them every day. Put chocolate ganache on them and cream cheese icing made with fresh butter.
Chocolate ganache.
Chocolate ganache.
Ganache.
It's like a chocolate truffle.
Okay. Well, I had one. I did sample them. I came in earlier today, and I actually purchased one of those. I did. Really rich, vibrant flavor, the way I describe it, but it's incredibly rich, and boy, I love the flavor of it. And we saw some young ladies that came in, and one tried, I think, a lemon drop, really commented on that as being a, yeah, so some popular items. Now, the Cake Shop started where and when?
I started it in Barstow 6 years ago. I had been working for a local grocery store for 20 years, and then I went on to open up my own business.
Now, you opened in Barstow originally. Were you working for the grocery store in Barstow?
I was.
Yeah.
And then I quit my job and opened up my own store.
Now, what gave you that idea to be an entrepreneur and do your own thing?
I wanted to do custom cakes, my own designs. I just saw the potential there in that small town, and so I went from there.
Well, and you did. And now you've been here in Apple Valley. We're just across from St. Mary's Hospital is where we are, Highway 18, right next door to KFC, so kind of a landmark, and people know where you are. And once they get here, they're going to remember it forever, I know. But how did you get to Apple Valley then?
I tried to get this spot 6 years ago, and it wasn't available, so I went to Barstow because that's where I lived. And so then I moved over here. I moved because I lived in Barstow. I moved over here, and then this spot became available.
All right, well, kind of the best of all wishes, and you were really hoping for this, so you got it. Now, on a average daily, Monday through Friday type thing, you're open Saturdays too, closed Sundays. But during the week, how many people do you normally serve during the day?
Oh, wow. Well, like on Saturdays, our days are getting really busy, so we're starting to do 40 to 50 orders. And we've only been open 5 months, and we're already having to turn people away.
No, no, no. You mean you say, no, we can't handle it right now?
They need to order in advance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what?
But we do have a lot of cakes displayed that they can come in and purchase.
And that's kind of why we're out here. We're going to be back in the kitchen here in a few minutes. You're going to see some of the things happening. The cupcakes out here, we've got back here, we got some of the cakes on display. You've got cream puffs and eclairs and all kinds of things. How many different items do you make on a daily basis then?
Oh, gosh, lots. We do cookies, pastries, desserts, cream puffs, eclairs, brownies, chocolate-covered strawberries, cannolis, Napoleons.
And this is routinely every day?
Almost every day. It's a rotation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, strawberries are definitely in season as we're doing this show. But when they're not in season, is there something else you may do?
We still make them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you get them wherever they happen to come from. If they're
Yeah.
Southern or South American type strawberries or whatever, you're doing them.
We get them all year round.
Okay. So catering, first off, or special organizations, office parties, and all those things, you do all that too?
We do all that. But our specialty is our signature, our weddings and our 3D cakes.
3D cakes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I see there's some people here that are actually in doing some planning. There's some books. They can all kinds of things that you do. From how elaborate cake do you do?
Just this last Saturday, Kyle, who is our what do you call it? Our artist. He does the custom cakes. He just did a Winnie the Pooh that was 3 feet tall.
Well, we're going to meet Kyle on this show, so he'll be coming up. Winnie the Pooh, 3 feet tall. Now, I watch television, and one of my favorite things is always the challenges and Ace of Cakes and all that sort of stuff. Do we have any potential Ace of Cakes types right here?
That was one. They thought the cake, when we delivered it, was from Ace of Cakes. It was so good.
All right. Well, there's a lot of potential out there. Now, these things that you do on a daily basis, how many people does it take to do this with you every single day? Who works with you?
Most of the decorating is 2 of us. And then all the smaller items are made by my staff.
Okay. And that's how many people then are normally here with you?
3.
That's not a big staff to do what you do on a daily basis.
3 to 5 extra helpers. But
you
the main
start this
decorators
process.
are 2.
You do this every morning. What time are you here then?
6 o'clock.
And you get out of here what time?
6 o'clock.
Yeah, those make long days, but it's your own business, so you're really working. Is there going to be another location coming?
No.
So this is going to be it.
This is it.
Okay.
One's enough.
Yeah.
No.
Deliveries, people can look you up on the internet, yes?
We have a website at bakerysweets.com.
Okay.
And then they can look at our pictures online.
Bakerysweets.com.
.com.
All right.
Correct.
So you got the pictures out there. Phone number 946-5500.
Correct.
All right. So I got that right. Now the hours here at the store, Monday through Friday?
7 a.m. to 5 p.m. or 6 p.m.
Okay.
7 to 6 and Saturdays 9 to 6.
All right. Now if they want orders ahead of time, like you said, place them ahead of time, think ahead, get that order in. What's a good lead time that you need?
Depends on if you need a specialty 3D cake, you do need a week for that. Some of them we can do 3 to 4 days in advance.
All right. Don't go anywhere, everybody. There's more cake and sweets yet to come here at the Cake Shop in Apple Valley. Highway 18 is where we are, simply because, like with all of our shows, you ought to know. Stay with us. More yet to come. Welcome back, everybody. Jim Hall, you ought to know. Highway 18 is where we are here in Apple Valley. We are at the Cake Shop. In fact, you can look up the internet site. It is
bakerysweets.com.
And the phone number is 760-946-5500. Real easy number.
Yes, sir.
And you are?
Kyle Miller.
And Kyle, what do you do here at the store? Kind of preface that a little bit, but what do you actually do?
I actually do everything here. I bake all the cakes. I make all the icings. I make all the fillings. I bake all the desserts. I also do all the custom cakes.
Well, wait a minute. Now, there's something strange here. Who was the first person I interviewed?
That was my mom.
So it's a family thing.
It's a family thing.
All right.
Once in a while, I get my dad in here to help me out with the baking because sometimes it's just too much for me.
Well, you know where I'm going next with the next question. Did you have an easy bake oven when you were a tiny little boy?
I didn't have an easy bake. I had one of those shrink-a-dink ovens.
Okay. So you were out there doing your thing and learning your craft early.
Yeah, unfortunately.
How long you been doing this?
Actually, I've only been doing this for about 2.5 years.
Yeah. But you must have some knack to it and some talent to go along with it, because this is not an easy thing to do.
No, it's not easy. I'm actually an artist, so that was actually an easy transition for me getting over there. Now my art, instead of painting and drawing, is in cakes.
Do you do airbrushing, for instance?
Yes, I do a ton of airbrushing, and that's something that I've had to work on for quite a while to get it to where I like it. And I'm not perfect, but I'm pretty good so far.
Biggest challenge you've had, if you think back to any of the big challenges, what's one of your big ones?
The one that my mom said last week was the Winnie the Pooh cake.
Yeah?
It was 3 feet tall, had to serve 250 people, and it was a ton of work. It took me 2 days to finish it, but it came out amazing.
Okay, let's see, 350 people roughly, somewhere in there, 250, 350?
Yeah, about 250 people. It probably was a little bit more after I did everything because I had to add stuff here and there.
How much cake mix does it take to feed 300 people?
Starting out, it was probably about 60 pounds of cake batter, and then about six to 7 pounds of Rice Krispie treats.
Now, a lot of people don't know this unless you're kind of in the business. Do people know what the word fondant is?
No, a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't, but it's kind of cool because it's edible Play-Doh. I get to do pretty much whatever I want with it and have fun.
And it lasts for?
A long time.
Yeah, you can buy that stuff year ago, and it's pretty much still good.
As long as you keep it fresh and sealed, it'll be fine.
Well, you do the design work and pretty much everything from the baking up. So tell me what your day starts out with each day. What'd you do this morning?
This morning I had to come in. I had to bake a full batch of white cake, and then I had to make roughly 120 pounds of buttercream icing. And then once I finished that, I had to start decorating cakes for the rest of the week.
Recipe cards for buttercream, or do you have that pretty well down in your head?
I got it all memorized.
Give me a rundown how I do my buttercream if I want to do that tomorrow morning.
Well, did you want the bulk one?
No, give me just a simple buttercream for a simple cake, 2-layer cake.
All right, buttercream, you're going to need about 10 pounds of powdered sugar. Then you have to add your flavorings, which is about a teaspoon each of vanilla, butter flavoring, and we use a tiny bit of orange flavoring just to give a little bit of tart taste, plus about an 1/8 teaspoon of salt. You had to mix all that together with 2 cups of water, cold water, mix that together. Then you have to add in about a pound and a half of chocolate shortening. Mix that together. Then you have to add another 3 to 4 pounds of regular vegetable shortening. Whip that together for about 20 minutes, and then you got your buttercream.
And the total time that you just told me to make that actually is going to be about an hour and a half or so?
It's going to be about an hour. It takes me about an hour to whip up about 90 pounds of buttercream.
Yeah. Can you do that on a daily type basis almost?
No, that I do on an everyday basis.
All right. Well, there are some variables to the thing that you do, though. Tomorrow, do you have a big order planned? Anything happening special tomorrow?
Tomorrow's not that big of a day. I have a couple little. I have to do a football field with USC Trojans playing the Oakland Raiders. So that's going to be kind of interesting because I have to make the little characters that go on top of the cake.
All right. Well, we see some great displays out there. You've got, you got representative, you got a pirate ship type thing, you got the football field, you got a lot of things out there. Now, are those kind of the routine things that you'll get for those birthday parties?
Not anymore. Not anymore. Now, since we've got our name out there with our custom designs and everything, we have a lot of people coming in, and all they're ordering is stuff specific for them, for who it's going to be. And we get their interests, we add them into the cake, we make whatever they want, and pretty much anything that they could think of, we make it a reality in cake.
What about a picture cake? Can I put my son's picture on a cake?
Oh, yeah, that's no problem. Yeah. If you want, I could put your son in Ben 10's body and put that on a cake.
All right. Well, that's the type of things they do here at the cake shop. Now, what about deliveries? Is there somebody that does that, or do you all handle that too?
We do deliveries as well. Sometimes it depends. If it's local, it's usually about $25 because it's still taking we have limited manpower, and it's taking our manpower out of here, so we have to compensate for it.
Well, and you got to be careful, especially wedding cake day, transporting that thing, that gets to be a little shaky, doesn't it?
Yeah, wedding cakes I usually have to do because a lot of the times we'll have wedding cakes that weigh 90 pounds, and I have to carry them by myself, so that gets me out of here, which is kind of a pain in the butt because it leaves my mom here to decorate by herself.
All right. Well, we are going to find out more, so don't go anywhere. We're here at the Cake Shop, Highway 18 in Apple Valley. Again, the phone number, 760-946-5500. And why are we here? Learning how to bake cakes? Well, it's Sweets and Treats Days, and simply because you ought to know. Stay with us. More Sweets and Treats yet to come. Welcome back, everybody. Jim Hall, you ought to know, and back we are. And again, introduce yourself.
My name is Janice Miller.
Now, we learned that this is very much a family-type situation. Now, Kyle's your son.
Yes, he is.
And how old's Kyle?
29.
Born?
1982.
All right. Just
No, 80.
See? It's not easy owning your own business. Trust me. Is it?
No, it's a lot of hard work.
Yeah, it is a lot of hard work. Now, we're teasing, though. I'm looking back here. We kind of changed the shot a little bit. I'm going to look at some of these items that you've got here. And the camera's going to show us these too. Carrot nut, apple strudel, cinnamon roll, cheese pocket, honey bran, and so on. Oh, there's one of my favorites, a chocolate croissant. Is this our breakfast area over here, or kind of an all-day thing?
It's our breakfast, but people buy them all day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'll buy chocolate croissants every day of the week, all day long. It doesn't matter the time of day, and I'll take them and save them and so forth.
Yeah, we have the best honey bran you'll ever have. They're delicious.
Secret to those?
We have a caramel coating on the top, and we bake them in it.
Well, we want people to hit that website again. So your website is?
www.bakerysweets.com.
Bakerysweets.com. I would always go to the cake shop and look it up, but it's bakerysweets.com. So you got to think about those sweets and treats out there. Phone number, if you want to call ahead or you ask for information, 760-946-5500. And in this, just the case adjacent to it here that I'm standing next to, a lot of my favorite things are in there, the cream puffs and the eclairs and so forth. But you've got some other things in there, too, that are kind of intriguing, like the mini eclairs.
Yeah, those are dipped in chocolate truffle and very popular. Well, really good.
I would think also, I see the giant strawberry. My gosh, look at the size of the strawberries back in here.
Yeah, we have a great vendor who comes in all the time, and he brings them to us every day.
Are they from Oxnard?
I'm not sure where he gets them, but he gets us premium strawberries.
Well, they look like it. And those would have to have some great flavor to them because, I mean, take a look. Giant brownies out here. We've got a little bit of everything out here. Is this, as you mentioned, representative? Your case is usually full each and every day.
Every day. We start 6 in the morning, and we start baking and making product every day.
We have a counter that's set up here. In fact, it almost looks like a little soda fountain, too. You've got some seating down there, and you've got this sitting area where people can actually sit and enjoy their truffles or their cupcakes, the red velvet. I love saying red velvet. It just sounds so good.
Yeah, it's delicious. Well, that area is also where you can take orders. We can sit with them and plan and design something for them.
When people come in, wedding cake type thing, the birthday party, they want the cakes to be just right, especially those wedding things. I mean, is that nerve-wracking in any way?
Not at all. I sit with them and I find out what kind of style they like, what their plans are, and then I design something for them that they love.
Yeah, something on that day, that special day that you can't reduplicate. The photos have to be right, the video has to be right, the music has to be right, and most certainly the cake has to be right.
Exactly, and it also isn't just pretty, it tastes good. Yeah.
Now, what's the most popular wedding cake? Let's talk about that. What do people usually get?
Right now, seems like everybody wants red velvet with cream cheese, and then they also want, their colors are usually black and hot pink or black and turquoise or pool blue, and we designed something around those.
All right. Are you a movie fan?
Somewhat.
Did you see the movie Steel Magnolias?
Yes, I did.
What is the groom's cake that was served in the garage?
An armadillo, and we've made a few of those.
All right. The armadillo with, yeah, that's what it was. She's the winner on that one. The cake shop is where we are, everybody. We're just across from St. Mary's Hospital, right next door to KFC on Highway 18 in Apple Valley. A lot of people like to follow our shows and come check out where we've been. And if this is intriguing to you and you see all these sweets and treats out here, there's a good reason. I've been in here a few times now, and I've tasted some of these things. In fact, my grandson is here, and he's going to join us in the close of the show, and he's going to sample one of those red velvet cupcakes. So that's going to be the real test. But what do the kids like? What's the most popular?
Your your grandson can also decorate his own cupcake. He can come in and we can sit him down and get him some sprinkles and some icing bags, and he can decorate his own.
Well, we got to do that then. Can we do that for the close of the show? We'll let him get his hands in there and start decorating a little bit. Again, the phone number, 760-946-5500. Kyle's working back there. Anybody else in the family?
My husband does occasionally.
What does he do?
Bakes in the morning. He helps out when he can.
Well, that's neat, though, to have everybody involved.
And my other son, he does a lot of the marketing for me. Yeah, he's the one who makes my brochures and keeps up on the website.
Yeah, and what is that like? Is it hard to find the right audience out there to come support what you're doing here? Is it just getting that word out? Just keep getting
At the beginning, it's just getting your word out, but once a few of the cakes go out, then more people come in, and so now it's just escalating.
Well, it's one of those things, too. I always notice a lot of our students that are in this particular program with the video, they may shoot a wedding for somebody, and then it gets word of mouth. Do you know anybody that can do this? Do you know anybody that can make a good wedding cake? Well, yeah, I do.
And there's a lot of venues out there that refer us. So we do get a lot of business from them.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining on this show. We're here at the Cake Shop again, everybody. The website again is
www.bakerysweets.com.
And the phone number, 760-946-5500. Don't go anywhere, everybody. We're going to be right back. Caden's going to get his hands on a cupcake as we wrap up this show, simply because you ought to know. Stay with us. Well, that's going to put the wraps on another show, everybody. Jim Hall, you ought to know, here at the Cake Shop in Apple Valley. Highway 18 is where we are. That phone number, 760-946-5500. And the Cake Shop is the place where you can get all those sweets and treats, from the rolls, eclairs, the puffs, and how about those red velvet cupcakes? In fact, Caden's decorating his own. Take a look one more time right here. Here he is. He's doing his thing. That's his own cupcake, and they're decorating along right there. And Caden's trying one of the chocolate cupcakes as he decorates right here at the Cake Shop, Highway 18 in Apple Valley. Make it a great week, everybody. Go out and enjoy and stop by the Cake Shop right here in Apple Valley. In fact, look them up on the internet. You'll be glad you did. Enjoy. We'll see you next time, simply because you ought to know. Happy birthday, everybody. Get your cake.